If you'll get out your packets, I'm going to go over some of the questions that are on the review with you. We're going to do 21-2 first, and then we'll go back over. The other one that I want to go over and talk about is the one that says that it's a reteaching activity that goes over the content, vocabulary. It says reteaching activity 21, America and World War II. But let's do 21 through 21-2 first. Just follow along as I go. Alright, it says the Japanese continued to win victories in the Pacific until the Battle of Midway, which was in your notes today, as soon as I can get that video to upload. Alright, says number 1, a few hours after they bombed Pearl Harbor, the Japanese attacked American airfields in the Philippines. Again, if you learned from your notes today that it was General MacArthur that was the one that was in the Philippines and promised that he would be back. Number 2 says when American forces defending the Bataan Peninsula surrendered in April of 42, nearly 78,000 of them were forced to march to a Japanese prison camp. Number 3 says after the Doolittle raid, the Japanese decided the American fleet had to be destroyed to protect Tokyo from being bombed. Number 4, despite their losses at the Battle of the Coral Sea, American forces prevented the Japanese from cutting supply lines to Australia. Number 5, unaware that they were heading into an ambush, the Japanese launched their aircraft against Midway on June 4th, 1942. Alright, Section 2 says the Allies defeated Germany in Africa and in the Battle of the Atlantic. The Soviet victory at Stalingrad was the turning point of the war in Europe. Number 6, Stalin wanted the U.S. and Britain to open a second front by attacking Germany from the west to take the pressure off the Soviet Union. Number 7, Egypt was very important to Britain because of the Suez Canal, which is S-U-E-Z Canal, C-A-N-A-L. The route used by most of Britain's empire to send supplies to Britain. Number 8, the German Africa Corps was commanded by Erwin Rommel. Rommel, R-O-M-M-A-L, a brilliant commander whose success earned him the nickname Desert Fox because he was hard to catch and sneaky. Number 9, because of the city of Stalingrad controlled the Volga River, V-O-L-G-A, Volga River, and was a major railroad junction, capturing the city was key to the Germans' attack. Number 10, the Battle of Stalingrad was a major turning point of the war because it put the Germans on the defensive, again, in the war in Europe. Okay? All right, now, if you will go to your reteaching activity 21, we're going to go through this and just follow along with me. We'll do this together. All right, it says the bombing of Pearl Harbor moved Americans into action. Industries converted their plants to wartime production. Military recruits swamped training facilities. Americans planted victory gardens, rationed food, bought E-bonds, and built the planes, ships, jeeps, tanks, and weapons that made the Allied victory possible. Number 1, thousands of Allied prisoners of war died on a march to Japanese prison camps, that is C, the Bataan Peninsula. Number 2, Allies captured the island in order to have a launching base for an invasion of Japan, and that is talking about G, Okinawa. Number 3, Admiral Nim's fleet ambushed and severely damaged the Japanese fleet, stopping the Japanese offensive in the Pacific, and that is talking about J, the Midway Islands. Number 4, scientists from the Manhattan Project developed the atomic bomb in this secret location, which is D, Los Alamos, New Mexico. Number 5, these islands became bases for the B-29s that firebombed Japan in 1945. That's talking about K, the Marina Islands. Number 6, Hitler's attempt to cut off Allied supplies coming through this Belgium city resulted in the Battle of the Bulge, which is A, Antwerp. Number 7, despite suffering high casualties during this beach invasion, the Allies successfully carried out Operation Overlord on D-Day. 7 is referring to Normandy. Number 8, General Patton led American forces to capture this city on the edge of the German Empire. That was talking about F. Casablanca. Number 9, Fat Man landed here, convincing the Japanese emperor to order Japan to surrender. L is Nagasaki. Number 10, kamikaze pilots inflicting severe damage to American ships during the largest naval battle in history. It's talking about H. They take Gulf. 11, seeking to destroy the Soviet economy, Hitler attempted to capture this strategic city, and Soviet forces trapped the German troops, turning the momentum against the Third Reich, and that is B, Stalingrad. 12, after the Allies forced the Germans off this island, the King of Italy arrested Mussolini and negotiated peace with the Allies, and that is E, Sicily. 13 says, why was it important that the Allies required unconditional surrender from both Germany in the Atlantic theater and Japan in the Pacific theater? Well, here it's talking about the fact that we're not willing to negotiate. We want an unconditional surrender because we're not negotiating. They need to acknowledge that it was their fault for the war. The war is over, and we will be the ones, along with the other allies, deciding the who, what, when, where, and why of all the details of the treaties to officially end the war. All right, guys, that's all I'm helping you with, because you can take care of the content, vocabulary, and the timeline as good review activities yourself. Again, making sure those IDs are done. All right, bye for now.